Either one or the summary, doesn't matter.
Ready? Tell me when you're ready.
It's the same, but it's what is itemized.
I believe it's recorded. Yes. Yes, 6:30. I believe it's 6:30. Yep. Yep. We will call the budget hearing to order on Monday, November 21st at 6:30 for the town of Forestville. The proposed budget may be examined at the clerk's residence prior to this, if you wish, if you had wished. The purpose of this meeting is to approve the 2022 total town tax levy to be collected in 2023 pursuant to statute number 60.10, parentheses 1 and parenthesis A and the parenthesis of Wisconsin statute, and to approve the highway expenditures for 2023 pursuant to statute 82.03 of Wisconsin statutes. Ruth, we call on you to explain the budget at this time.
Okay, first, you want me to do a roll call?
Yes, we should have. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, roll call.
Roy Engelbert,
Here.
Larry Huber,
Present.
Jason Clonage,
Here.
Dina Schmidt here. I'm Ruth Kirscher, and also present is Lauren Eaker. I can explain the budget if I don't know if you want to do line per line or if you want to just do the summary. I do have a summary here too. There was just a couple of things on the worksheet that I wanted to talk about. You see the garbage service is the first one, and then the second was the town levy. Now the town levy, the Southern Door Fire Department levy, and the personal property levy have to equal $212,006. That is the allowable levy. And I put that on the other sheet here. As you can see, the levy for the town amount went down by, I think it's like about 3,500, and the Southern Door Fire Department levy did go up by a little over 4,000. I have the numbers here before, but I think somebody might have my page, maybe. I don't know.
Did you give me? Did you give me that? Did you give me your page?
No, that's fine. I think I have it on my worksheet at home.
Oh.
Anyway, going further down, but see that allowable levy is certified from the state, and that's all you can levy. And the 2% fire dues, that is just an estimate. And woodland tax roll, woodland tax is kind of an estimate also, but it usually stays about the same. And under intergovernmental revenues, last year we did get a TRID grant, and that's what made a little difference on the amount from the prior year. But the prior year we had ARPA funds also that were added. Under licenses and permits, that one will be pretty comparable. I don't think there's many changes in the permits and license fees that are coming up. Public charges for services is about the same. And miscellaneous revenue, we do have a recycling rebate that was added last year, and that is helpful. And so our total revenue is proposed is $495,445. Under the general legislative government, that would be the town board's salary and their meeting fees, and that is, we kept it the same as last year. And under general administration is for the clerk, and that the salary is increasing by $2,500. And then under financial, everything is quite the same except last year the tax collection expense was increased, so we added a little bit more to that account. Under general buildings, and which would be part of the town hall and the ballpark, that we have $8,880 which would be for the town hall siding that we paid, and that would be coming out of the ARPA funds. I did not send in that report as of yet. It's due in April of 2023, and I'm waiting for when the town hall gets completed. Building and workman's comp insurance is comparable. It's like increased it by $100. Legal fees is the same, and Bay Lakes planning is up by $50 or so, 51. Public safety is the fire department levy is, well, it's an increase because of their levy increase. Public works transportation, as you can see, is a little bit down from last year, but let's see. Yeah, what we're proposing is a little bit down from the prior year. And health and human services, we kind of kept that about the same for the cemetery, the library, and the technology expenses. So by the end of the year, with all our balances and accounts, I think on the next page I have, let's see, total expenses. Oh, that's a cemetery.
Cemetery.
Yeah, 160,754, but that includes the ARPA fund. So by the end of the year, just our town funds, we should have about $48,000. And now, depending on snowstorms and whatever happens now for the month of November and December, that could go down. So we would just have to approve the town tax levy of $153,182.84, and the fire department levy of $58,823.16. On the first page, that 279 personal property aid, that is also that's part of the levy, yes.
Well, I would make a motion to the effect of that and set that at that for those values.
Okay.
For that levy, that's the town levy and the fire department levy?
Yes, added together, it's $212,006.
Okay.
We have a motion.
I second that.
Motion is second to approve the levy for 2023. Is there any further discussion? Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, motion carried. Now, do we have to approve the highway expenditures?
Yes, and that's $246,598.
That's
246,
246,000.
598.
Mhm.
I make a motion to approve the highway. The 246,598 expenditure.
I'll second.
Motion made to approve the highway expenditure for 2023 at 243,598. Any further discussion? Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, motion has been carried. If there's no further business, this hearing is concluded. Did you take the minutes too?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And now we will proceed to our town meeting. You don't want you to paper, then we can get lost.
Oh,
I lost my agenda.
Yes.
I need to get my drink. Thank you.
This was right here.
Oh, here it is, right here. Okay.
Here's what we want.
Okay, we'll call the Forestville Town Board monthly meeting on Monday, November 21st. And the time right now is
6:40.
6:40.
That's it.
Forestville Town Hall. First order of business is to call the order, roll call, please.
Roy Engelberg,
Here.
Larry Huber,
Here.
Jason Klahat.
Here.
Dina Schmidt.
Here.
I'm Ruth Kirscher, and also present is Lauren Beaker.
Okay, thank you. Has this agenda been properly noted?
Yes, it has.
Okay. So therefore, a motion to approve the agenda would be in order.
I make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'd second
Motion made to approve the agenda. I don't see any changes we have to make, so therefore, any other changes anybody see?
that.
Hearing none, all those in favor of approving the agenda, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Minutes of
Yeah.
October 17th have been distributed.
I saw them. So you see any discrepancies or errors, omissions? If things need to be repaired, so I would make a motion that those minutes be adopted and approved as presented.
I second that.
Motion made to approve the minutes of October 17th. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Next, we have the financial report from the treasurer.
Ruth lost hers.
I lost mine before.
Ruth lost hers. Hold on a second.
Ruth lost hers.
Keep shuffling paper back and forth.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Did I give it away there? I might have put it back in. That's all right, just go with it.
Okay. On the cemetery checking, we have $86.58. The perpetual care, we have $11,330.69. Cemetery savings, we have $1,992.99. Town checking, we have $1,169.55. The money market, we have $15,851.24. The LGIP general, we're a negative $28,085.25. And the, where's that one? The ARPA, we have $111,823.14. And what happened is, so the ARPA money is in the LGIP account. So there's money in there. It's just, we're borrowing from the
Yeah.
AR, yes,
Okay.
fund until we get our money back from the TRIT or whatever program we're,
It'd be another, yeah,
Well, so, okay.
understand?
You took the money out of the LGIP, however, there still is that $111,000.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
It's easier to keep it straight. than-
Yeah. I was gonna try to move it and I thought, I talked to Ruth about it, she said, just leave it.
Yeah.
We understand.
Now, did that, in the check, now, was that, did that include that? the type of court fee?
Yes, that's, yes. mhm,
Okay.
That's in there.
I'm sorry. I just didn't look at it.
And we do have one. For culvert. That came on the bill, just came on the bill.
yeah,
So I sent it out today in the mail.
okay.
So that's the only outstanding.
Yep.
Okay. Make the motion, we adopt the treasurer's report.
I second that.
Okay, I see the I see the invoice for that culvert is 2467, and where did you get the?
It's because the stuff that came prior, the bill.
300 some.
Yeah, 300 and some dollars, I included in that.
Okay, that's because
Yeah.
there's another charge of 300 and some odd dollars
Yes.
on this, and I don't know where, I gotta check with Pat and see where that is
Oh,
on this one invoice that we just got today.
really?
Yeah, I just saw
Yeah,
something.
2000.
Yeah,
You sent that out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll catch that in when we get to it.
yeah, we'll talk about it later.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, you heard the treasurer's report. Is there any other questions on that?
Looks good.
Hearing none, motion being ordered to approve the treasurer's report.
Already made it.
Already seconded.
Okay. All those in favor of approving the treasury report, please signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, motion carried. Okay, public comments, I took the sample of our water system and it's been passed, so one more.
How much do they charge for that?
The water sample itself is free.
Oh.
If the postage is what's cost you $8.
Okay, all right.
Now, that's for the water sample.
Okay,
For the nitrate sample, they charge $30.
okay.
I think it's $30. It used to be 26. I think it's up to 30 now, plus the shipping. It comes in a box.
You only have so much time to get that in.
Yes, you have to bring your, in the nitrate, you have to bring your ice in the box.
Oh,
And then you have to make a physical trip to Sturgeon Bay and get it in the post office, so you have to get there before noon because the stuff goes out at 1 o'clock, so it gets there within the 30-hour time limit. And if you miss it, then you have to do it all over again. And you were fortunate enough to get notified. We also had a review of personal property on,
Oh, you sent that out.
Yes, I sent this out.
you had it in my email.
Yes,
Yes.
that's right.
I didn't know we had to keep track of that anymore.
If there's any new businesses,
Anything to be added.
yeah, I thought the state was going to do away with this,
Yes.
but yeah, but they're still asking, no, maybe next year. That's
But
probably the
these
word.
are authentic businesses that
Yes,
we have. We
yes,
know
are-
that they're
What
around.
they're asking, yeah, if there's any that are
New,
new, that they would have to come and check
add to
over, yeah.
the, add to the list.
Mhm.
I didn't see any.
Yeah, I couldn't think of any new ones either.
Didn't see any.
Because we have quite a list here.
Yeah, I have
There
to let
was
them know.
somebody on there that I was thinking, Ladina. Leo
Okay.
and Ladina, I don't think they even do their business anymore. When I talked to her, she said she hadn't done that for a long time.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if they should be giving
Do we
up.
have to delete them if they're out?
I just have to notify Associated Appraisals
Oh, I see.
to do it.
But maybe just, and that's what she
Okay.
kind of told me at the funeral, because I asked her how things
It's
were
under
going.
D Clark?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. But just double check to make sure that
Okay.
that's true.
Do you see her or?
I see your daughter more than I see her, but
Okay.
I can call, I can call her too.
Yeah, if you want to call her, because
Okay.
I wouldn't have her numbers either, I'm sure.
The only one that Mike, at last I heard, I visited with him before, is this Sorensen, Gary Sorensen. I think he's not,
He's retired.
he's retired. Is that-
Okay,
is
that'd
his
be
name?
another one then.
Yeah, his
Is
name is
that on
still
the
on
website?
here, and I think he is on the second page, about the middle.
Oh, yeah, Sorensen,
Just put an X there, yeah.
right there.
And he said he was retired, he's still doing something, but he's not taking any more new business. That's the last I heard.
Okay.
But if he's still doing business, I think you still
Yeah.
pay.
He's still doing
He
this.
still has
Yeah,
business.
I think if he's
He's
still
done.
running, if he's still actually working on taking money in, I'd say that that's still a business.
He probably is still.
Yeah, yeah.
Cause I tried dropping stuff off and they said, no, they're done.
Mhm.
Right.
They're done. Yeah, he's done with it.
Well, he's just by himself now.
He's selling the equipment too.
Was he telling you too?
Yeah.
Oh, so he is
Okay.
done.
Done.
Okay.
I can notify Associated
Yeah.
Appraisals, they can check with them, you know,
Okay.
maybe
Oh,
I'll do it that. way.
Yeah, do
Yeah.
it that way.
Yeah.
Have them check with
Yeah.
Regina.
Mhm. Okay.
I had to run Sorensen.
Oh, okay, it's on
Farm
Gary.
stand Still going, yeah,
It is, Gary's the one I should check
yeah,
on?
that's the one to take off.
Okay. Okay.
Gary's Auto Repair. All right.
Put an X like this, so then-
Yeah, I think his son left.
Yeah,
isn't
he
helping
left,
him anymore.
yeah, he went to, Exact Tech or
Okay.
something like that.
But there's no new businesses we could even think about. Okay, I'll
I don't
notify
know
them
of any.
tomorrow.
The old post, that's now, that's under listed on, well, that. This old post pub room on that is now in John G's.
It's still listed as Old Post Pub though for
Okay.
the
License.
For license.
The license, oh, the
Yes.
license,
Uh-huh.
okay. Just wanted to make sure I understood
Uh-huh.
that. All right.
And I didn't know of any others, so I'll notify the Associated Appraisals tomorrow then.
Okay.
Two changes, okay. I have a couple things
Yes,
to,
yeah.
okay. The fire inspector was here and the fire extinguishers were expired and that has now been updated. And oh, okay, the final report on the compliance. I don't know if you want to talk about that one too. The final report will be in February of 2023 for assessment. And I went through the list today and I noticed like Brussels and a lot of them have the same thing we have where we are not compliant.
We're out of,
Last year, our percentage was, let's see, where is that? Was 88.96, 88%, almost 89. And this year it's 80.83. So one of these years we're gonna, I'm assuming next year we will be notified so that we would have to maybe do it for the 2024.
Okay, we have that on number 11.
Oh, okay.
On our
it's on the
agenda.
agenda.
Is, okay, we can talk about then.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the survey that you completed was sent to
Yes.
Towns Association, okay.
Now, did they extend the submission of that?
Yeah.
survey?
Yes,
I
again,
saw
yes,
that today.
yeah, I sent it in.
Ruth got to be in by the 18th,
18th, yeah.
and Ruth got it in on the 16th or
Yeah,
17th.
The
yeah.
survey from,
Towns
Towns
Association.
Association
It was just a, God,
regarding sewer and water and fire department and
There, I went
emergency
through those
vehicles.
questions. Some of them I understood or could answer, but there's some that you guys would have had to do. Cause I didn't have access to all the pieces.
because I did
Oh.
a different survey, something from Civic Pulse
Here,
or something.
this is the
like
one.
that.
Yeah, that was a different.
I have
different
extra
survey.
copies.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
this thing.
yeah,
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't do this one.
no,
No, I
Roy
looked
went
at
through it and then I put it on, it said the clerk had to complete it, so.
Correct. And I
Did you
looked
see
through,
that?
I looked through this thing and I thought to myself, well, yeah, I could answer, oh, wait a minute, no, I can't answer all of these questions.
there was just one question I had to call Mariah, was if a municipality had any zoning restrictions than ours.
Oh,
And that would be like the case of Sturgeon Bay in their comprehensive zoning, they would outline something in like in town of Sebastopol.
Right.
That we want to do this, and the only village we had is Forestville, and we had nothing.
Right.
It's been 10 years old, so that's the only question I had.
Okay.
They could call on.
Yeah, I looked at it.
Okay. That was all that I had.
Anybody else have correspondence? No? Okay, we'll move on to the fire department. Lauren,
That's me.
that's you.
Is that group?
Yeah, I just lost my agenda too.
All right, our last meeting was 11/9/22 at the South Station. We seated a new director from the village of Forestville. Stephanie Jurgensen has replaced Dave Miller. We also presented Dave with a plaque and a clock of appreciation for his 42+ years of service as a founding member of the department, as the first chief. And in 2003, he joined the board of directors and was secretary from a couple years later, he said, after he got on the boards, until his recent retirement now. So Dave Miller has officially stepped away. And then we appointed Stephanie Jurgensen as our new secretary, because she agreed to take on the role, so. She'll be a nice addition, she's from originally the Denmark area, but her husband, they live in the village of Forestville, and from what we can see, should be a nice addition to our board, so. The treasurer reported $20,600.07 in checking. $270,862.09 in our money market. $50,395.14 in the Capital Credit Union certificate deposit. $101,926.39 in the ISDA annuity, for a grand total of $443,783.69. In the chief's report, he reported 7 fire calls. October 16th at 18:13 PM. Annie River between the Forestville Dam and County J. assist a belligerent drunken fisherman from the river. One of the firemen had to don a suit, wetsuit, and go in and pull the guy out of the river.
Oh, my goodness.
October 19th, 1728, 4081 Elms Road, wire laying across the road. October 22nd, 1903, Mavis called the Bailey's Harbor for unknown location, canceled en route, turned out to be a controlled bonfire across Kangaroo Lake. People nowadays, see by your cell phones, call in, October 23rd, 1256. Mavis to Jacksonport Fire Department. This is the Mr. G's fire. Probably all heard of that. November 1st, 7:41 AM, County Essen Midway Road car deer accident with leaking fluids. No fluids were leaking upon arrival. Van hit a deer and pretty good. November 2nd, 1346 at Gravel Pit Road, a mutual aid to Bug for a grass fire. We provided a UTV, brush truck, and manpower. November 7th, 1308 Russell's Road and Cemetery Road, mutual aid to Bug for a cornfield on fire, canceled en route. And 13 EMR calls since October 12th. And then you had various notes on training and network updates and fire prevention, and you have various reports on that. In the firefighter EMR input section, pumper 906 and 907 repairs have been completed and tests performed. Both are now at 100% operating. In the committee reports, the final picnic fundraiser, $44,457.70 was raised from the picnic and parade.
That was gross or net?
That is profit. Total clear. Total clear.
Wonderful.
Very good.
Yeah, a lot of hard work put on by the members of the department. The raffle baskets and everything. There's a lot of work that doesn't happen in a month beforehand. It happens. They're starting already for next year.
Sure.
Right. In all other matters section, which is the Southern River Fire Department personnel, are working on apparatus estimates. Nassau has gone through and done estimates for the station, North Station, and the trucks and everything inside. And we also had an appraisal done ourselves of the North Station, which came in at $85,000 more than the Nassau appraisal came in at. So we're also doing our own small inventory, which is hoses, turnout gear, air packs, you name it, everything included in the station. So a group of personnel is forming right now, and they're gonna go through and get the appraisal on that. We're still trying to find someone to appraise the trucks in the North Station. There is no certain firm that that does appraise fire trucks. It's such a small niche, and each fire truck is so unique, right? That'd be a good word. It's so unique and in its own way. So we're still looking at how to do our own appraisal on the trucks, rather than just take Nassau appraisal, what they had done. So we're still looking into. We found maybe a way now to go through our insurance company, with adjusters and somehow on that.
Yeah.
But we're still trying to nail down. A lot of work has been going on in this so far.
Was there discrepancy between those two appraisals because you had one didn't include all of the personal equipment or the small stuff? Or is that possibly the difference between the two?
The difference in between the two North Station appraisals is we included the parking lot and the cement work we recently had done.
Yes.
And just, different company doing the appraisal, they came through 85,000 more. So there's a bargaining chip there.
Just so I understood.
Right. And the other one in all other matters is to hire a municipal attorney. I sent away to a Will McKinley from Men Law Firm. Highway 41, Mona Appleton. It's one of the largest law firms in the Fox Valley. I sent away our operating agreement, our bylaws, the letter of withdrawal from Nassawapi, our appraisal of the North Station, Nassawapi's 2 appraisals, the North Station and the equipment. He called back and had a conversation with him. He's recommending that the 3 remaining towns retain him to protect, in his words, to protect communications. Being that our fire board has members on from Nassawapi, and they can report back to Nassawapi town, he's recommending that the 3 remaining, we're gonna call them townships here, municipalities, retain him. Or 1 town of the 3 retain, and the others represent, the others appoint a representative. So like Clay Banks would appoint, maybe the village force, or another way is to appoint a representative on the fire department, either like myself or Richie Olson or whatever. But that, in his recommendation, is that the towns, the remaining 3, get together and retain legal counsel. Now, this fire department was formed with 4 townships.
Where did you find this attorney?
Local source, local paralegal.
Okay, you didn't feel like we had a local attorney locally that we could have hired?
All conflict of interest,
Okay. very good.
because we have Pinkert as our attorney, as does Town of Nassau. So we decided to go out of the area.
So this is men,
MENN.
okay.
Will
And they're in Appleton?
McKinley. This
You're
is
in Appleton?
Appleton, right? You also did throw out some things. I know last month Jason said that, well, hey, the fire department's got a lot of money. You guys hire your own lawyer. He also does say we could reimburse.
We,
Somehow.
but we have a very deeply vested interest in the Southern Fire Department.
And if
so,
you don't get involved,
Yeah.
you're gonna lose out.
Yeah, no,
In the long run, you're gonna
no.
pay for not being very proactive now.
Now, Terry McNulty sent an email to Mike and myself that to get together, and I suggested we get together after the first of the year.
We're down to 10 months
Yeah.
already.
Yeah, and so.
This fire, it took over a year and a half to form this department, and we gotta do this now in 10 months. I'm thinking, this attorney, he will do a phone conversation, or I even suggested a Zoom
Meeting.
so that you could hear. He's talking with just the chairmans for now, so you don't have to get all the, proper, meeting notifications out.
You could actually conduct that here. if
You
you did
could
a
do
Zoom
that if you did
right here.
Zoom, you could do it right here.
Yeah.
So I was thinking a week from this Thursday, December 1st, noon. Roy, would your schedule be open?
December 3rd, I know December 3rd is,
First,
yeah, and I don't know about December 1st, is that something? Right now, I can't tell you.
just to hear this lawyer out,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think that's worthy of
I
investigation.
think it is too. You've answered my question, and so, yeah, I think it's very, very much worthy, yeah. Because our municipalities, we will have to get together, how the Southern Fire Department is going to be funded.
That would be
Oh.
Thursday, December 1st.
And so that's.
Right, funded, you're gonna have to draw up a new operating agreement between the 3 towns and the fire department.
Yeah.
Correct.
You're gonna have all that to do in that, in 10 months.
Yeah. Well-
We don't wanna wait until day, 365 here.
But Lauren, what I visualize, I don't think we're gonna be in trouble in 2023 as far as keep on operating like we're doing right now. because the fire department will be getting money from Nassau Wappy.
right, right.
And so it won't come to play until 2024.
But still, there's a lot of negotiation.
Yeah, but being now in October 1st, there's gotta be a lot of
And, you know,
Do you want the just chairs dealing with that? Or do you want to get chairs and supervisors together on the whole? Or is that getting too many?
Well, we sure can, it just takes 24 hours notice, we can get, you know. but it's-
Well, if we could, we had the tool to do
Right,
uh,
Zoom right here.
Yeah,
to do it here with Zoom, so we could bring in, you know, whoever is necessary. And again, I
Johnson.
apologize to you about your inability to get to our meeting last month.
I don't know, what,
We got it figured
today
out.
is the 21st, and the Sunday is the 27th,
Yeah.
Yes, and Thursday next week is December 1st.
December 1st.
I'm only suggesting that, not knowing what his schedule is either, you know, but, I figured, you know, put it out at least 2 weeks, or 10 days
Yeah,
to see if,
it probably would work
and
better.
he kind of said over the lunch hour is his best time to,
Okay.
you know, throw something in.
Yeah.
Just to hear him out,
Mhm.
you know, and he can propose other ways of, you know, retaining him and paying him,
Mhm.
you know, without letting
You gotta
Nassau,
talk
you know.
to, who's it, you gotta talk to Myron and Terry? Myron Johnson.
Well, Myron Johnson, all Terry just said, let's, just saying that, he said, I think we all went, that's why withdrawing, we should get together, let's make a date, and I suggested, well, let's do it after the first year, let we know who's the players are gonna be in the various municipalities, I don't know, Myron Johnson's running again, I don't know if he's running. I heard that he was looking to not to run. And so,
Right, because we're coming up on election year, we don't know who's gonna be there.
that's
So
right, that was
I
my,
hear what you're saying.
that's where I was coming from.
You could start out with a group of people, then have a complete changeover and,
Yeah.
And completely different perspective.
yeah,
And it could be Nassau, he could return and come back.
To get the right, yeah, to get the
You
right
know, we
people.
get the right people, and in the April election, they could rescind all this, but we can't hold our breath until April.
Well, no,
If they go to 5 board
no,
members.
no, 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 no. If we, but we have to have. What's the date cut off for nominations, the 5th of January?
Mhm.
So if we do it in January with those who at least have expressed an interest to run into these positions. We still, granted, it's only then 9 months, you know, you're running 9 or less. But you would at least have the players that have agreed to run for positions to start that process of dealing with.
But they won't be elected till April
Right.
and seated till.
Well, but we could start the process as the town. You know, so. I
I'm
don't
just
know,
urging you not to wait too long,
right?
because all of a sudden everything will get swiped out from underneath you, not everything, but everything,
No,
you know,
No, but
and you'll be left, you know,
holding the bag,
right, holding an empty bag,
yeah.
not empty, but taking what's left over.
Well, if we can schedule something before the first of the year. It's the other 2 municipalities that are amenable to something like that. No reason why we couldn't have a meeting in advance of the first of the year to look into it.
Yeah.
Get some guidance. Agree to maybe support the work that the attorney, this man would do. I mean, we could get that thing to the point that then after the first of the year, we'd know who may be going forward.
No, we do, no, there's, you know,
Over the noon hour, you say, is what they're,
And that's what he suggested, he said, that's the best time for me to put something together quick,
he's,
you know,
this is our freebie, this is our one free.
Right,
This is
yes.
a one-time freebie,
I got my preview already, so you would be getting your.
yeah, that's the
Your
one-time
freebie.
freebie,
And his rates are $3.15 an hour,
yeah.
so, but around here, you're looking $275 to $300 already, so.
and his rate is $3.15.
$315 an hour, yeah.
Terry's familiar with him a little bit. This guy, he's
that's
a
what frightens me.
very, very nice talking, younger lawyer,
Just saying.
doesn't talk over.
You got to deal with somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I was just dealing with Hurling Clark. They're Appleton as well. Yeah,
we checked and they're not taking anybody new. We
No.
checked with them. Yep,
yeah,
checked with the
I
guy there.
realize that.
Yep. I
And-
checked if you were,
They're a little more pricey than 315 on a tire.
but the name behind it sometimes
Yes, that's true.
means a lot.
And they do good work. So, could you contact Terry
I'll contact Mike and Terry, yeah,
and see what they can do?
yeah.
Let us know and we'll.
And you got the names of everybody that, the contact for man
Then,
and
yes,
you got that contact.
I can contact, we can arrange it, either do it physically here or a Zoom if that would be helpful for them.
It would be great, I think. I know of village of Forestville that does have Zoom capabilities.
Okay, so we both
I
have,
don't know if they're working it yet.
okay.
I saw the screen.
we're not that far. You know,
Yeah, we're not that
my
far,
work's
but
probably
we
gonna
can
be at the Cherry Factory
Yeah, we,
anyway that day, and Terry, who knows where he's gonna be surveying that day, and
So I'll contact them and see what happens.
see what's,
It won't be tomorrow.
no, I understand that.
There's 200 going on. You don't understand.
I was sitting in the
we
stand.
just wanna protect what's ours, what we can get,
Correct.
Priorities.
Yeah.
trying hard here.
Very good, very good.
Okay.
Okay, anything else? We've been in contact, Lauren, on that one, see what we can do. Moving on to the sanitary district report, anything there, anybody?
No,
No.
nothing.
Cemetery report, we had a burial, didn't we?
Yeah. It was cremains and I was up there. So it was straightforward. I believe I got the perpetual care fee for that burial, gave it to Dina. I got contact from Monument Company for a base for a monument. I see today that they still haven't come up there. They called me. This is the second time they've called me in a month. So it's still ongoing, but
Maybe they have the wrong cemetery. Maybe they don't know where they're going.
they know where they're going, but they changed personnel at this monument company. So,
They called us and I said, call Larry.
they called you
They called
too?
Joe, yeah.
Yeah, and did somebody new again? Whatever.
Okay.
And we did get all our work done up there last month, so.
Mhm, yes. looks
And all the
good.
stakes are marked, and we did more marking than we've done in the past, so. Other than that, it's good, and I did talk to the lawn cut,
Dobner,
about the problem down in,
with the holes.
yeah, down in Brockhausen, and he agreed with me that we're just gonna have to trap those critters, because they're just excavating.
Yeah, it's terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
we'll deal with that in the spring,
Who's the contact for Brockhausen? You would be
right
Larry?
here. Yeah.
Okay.
You see all those holes?
Yeah, well, the pitch is high there, right by the road always, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying the hole on the, it's actually on the west side where they're excavating, these critters are excavating, I mean, and across the road too, in the field. Across X,
I didn't know who was contact for Brockhausen.
well, that's still me,
That's still town.
that's town cemetery,
Okay.
yeah. Anyway, nothing other than that for the cemetery.
Okay, move on to the Door County Supervisors update. Door County has a attorney now, corporate counsel, who's retiring in June. And we have another corporate counsel, a new corporate counsel. And the old corporate counsel, Ray Thomas, is reviewing all the ordinances that the county has. And what they're doing through most of the ordinances are just citing the state statute, going with the state statute. And that's what this is all about, going through line by line. But what I found interesting in here is that, there's on page 5, there's an order of truancy and dropout. There's a penalty if kids don't go to school.
I'm aware of that one.
And then, and then on page 6, there's a ordinance on public nuisance. What I found interesting, and I didn't realize, this is the first time I've seen all of these ordinances on page 7, animal regulations. And now I know why citizens call the sheriff's department first, because a person that owns a stray dog is subject to a fine of $25, but not more than $100 for the first offense on page 8. I didn't realize that. So that's why rather than they call you, Jason, I thought they would be calling you first.
Right.
You usually get a call from the sheriff's department, don't
Yep,
you?
yes, I do.
And so that's the reason why. And then there's a rabies control deal and all these others. So there's a lot of ordinances on the books that I was not familiar with. And so this is for your information.
The only time I get a call before the sheriff's department is if they had to deal with me once before, like if another dog ended up in their yard.
Okay,
And
okay.
so that's the only time, but usually I get a call from the sheriff's department,
And
even
of
for
course-
horses at large.
And of course, if you don't have a burning permit, you're subject to a fine
Right,
of not more than $250.
right.
So those are all ordinances that are in the books. It's all in one page. And I thought it would be interesting for putting that in our file.
That'd be something you put on the website.
That'd be good, yeah.
Put on the
Is
website.
this digital? Where'd you get this from?
This is in a packet and
Oh, this was in the,
the packet that we get when we go to board meeting.
This is something I can carry with me when I ride around too.
Yeah. It might, and I get a few successes now and then. On the bottom of the first page, we will see that County Road H from Highway 42 to O will be done next year
oh, sorry, did I give?
in our,
Sorry.
in our township. And then also County Road D from X to J will be resurfaced next year.
H right here,
H over
that way.
that way from,
Oh, okay.
from Maplewood going to O.
Okay.
That's gonna be done. That's real bad.
Age
Where's
42.
that in here?
Down below.
Down here,
Yeah.
Age. 42.
age 42 to County O. Well, they did County O. And so now they're gonna do H from 42, no, it's up past the cemetery.
Yep. Mhm.
That's
Yep.
past
Yep.
the truck, that's past the church?
Yep.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's one.
Yep.
But the one that was a football for the last 4 years or
Okay.
3 years is the top line, rural addressing signage replacement. It was put in 3 years ago, it was put in because nobody was doing anything, it was put into the safety department. And there was concern about that, so that got bounced out. And then it was put back into the planning department. And the planning department really didn't care to do that. And
Safety.
and so it was moved into administration. And so now it's gonna happen. However, along the way, some of the supervisors were trying to curtail that one, but it's finally got passed and into the budget for $1,200,000 to rural signage. You know what I'm talking about, double facing signs.
Yeah,
Some are so bad, people
Perpendicular to the road.
perpendicular to the road.
fire numbers for the fire
Fire
department.
numbers
That's-
for the
Yeah,
And, yeah, every other.
They will like to hear that.
yeah.
So that was put in the budget. Like I just mentioned, some of the supervisors didn't think it was necessary. One supervisor tried to fiddle daddle and move the funds around, but that got,
But when their house is burning and the fire department can't find it,
Yeah,
that's how
so
important it is.
that's gonna happen. How,
Right.
if a municipality is gonna be asked to participate in any of this, I don't know, but $1.2 million has been put into the budget on this, so we'll be hearing more of that in 2023.
Put in the budget, but not approved yet.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, the budget was approved.
Yeah, the budget went approved last,
All right, great.
last Tuesday, yeah.
Nice work, Rory.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Just under a year.
It'd be awesome to have fire numbers you can actually see.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's gonna happen. Now we gotta get the people to, it's time to do the job. Okay, that's all I have. And then the next thing I got is town evaluation. Ruth mentioned about it.
Yes.
And here's why I'm bringing that up. Here's Door County's equalization
Evaluation.
sheet. Here's what happened. Look what happened from 2022 to 2023 for Door County equalization value.
Ooh, equalized value went that much more.
$1,400,000,000.
Up 500,000.
Now, you can, it's a whole timeline strange. You can tell when the recession hit, it backed down again.
And now.
But it was slowly creeping upwards until 22 to 23. Look at that big jump.
Go figure.
It didn't, the line didn't even catch up, couldn't catch up with the bar graph. And just what Ruth alluded to previously is that we can expect to get the evaluation summons from the state is the one that determines that, right? So Ruth,
Yeah.
what happens next if we have to get reval?
Here, this was the preliminary comparison, and now the final report, I looked today, the final report will be in February of 2023. So we would have to hire an assessor. And we always, we dealt with associated appraisals. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it was 2007 was the last, I'd have to look it up, but
Last
reval,
appraisal of
yes.
the entire
Mhm,
town.
mhm.
Wow.
Yeah. And no, for a long time, from when I started, we used to do it every 7, 8, or 9 years. It would be done. Mhm. So it's,
Long
time
yeah,
coming,
it's a long time
yeah.
coming, yeah,
Wow, so we're,
yeah. mhm.
we're
I'll have
50
to
years.
look when that, I think, yeah, my books would go, I have them here, it would go back
I
that far.
suppose in 2010, see, you said 2007, well, we were going up then in 2007 hit, and then it started going back down, so that's why we didn't get a revaluation notice. But now that we're creeping back up so drastically,
Mhm, mhm. Yeah,
now
kind of
it's
see, that's great too,
tricking.
yeah.
And we're not only Forestville town.
That's
Oh,
everybody.
yeah.
Everybody
I
does,
looked,
yeah.
I was surprised, you know,
Yeah.
all the municipalities around here, a lot of them,
So,
So,
I think so.
so you get something in February of 2023,
The final report I looked will be February of 2023.
and then you will get a notice from the state.
I would think, you know, that you would have to,
And then what happens?
then you have to hire an assessor.
You go up for an RFP? Or hire an
I think so.
assessor, and how long does that take?
I don't know.
I guess what I'm asking the question is, can you expect a $60,000 bill in 2023, or is this gonna be 2024?
I would think 2024, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
I don't know. Because if you get the report that you have to have a reval, I would think by February, even March would almost be kind of late already, because your board of review is usually in May.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the timeline is. I really don't know. It'd be something to, I don't know if anybody else would know. And I don't know if the person would call the state, or the assessor would maybe
I
know
would
too.
think that
I was
they would
gonna
give
say,
you, I would think they'd have to
Sorry.
give you a whole year to
They'd
get
have
that
to
done.
I would think so too.
How much
Yeah.
did it cost? 60,000?
It's like $60,000.
I think it was.
Yeah, exactly. You have to be able to budget for that.
Yes.
They haven't told you 100% that you're even doing
No,
it, so
no.
they'd have to
No.
give you time to budget for it.
right. So, yeah, my guess is you're gonna be a year out from actually. going
That's what
through
I'm
evaluation.
thinking, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I wanted to bring up to your attention.
Mhm.
That's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You do have a way to go.
I think we could call the assessor, you know, associate appraisals would have an
Thanks, Ellen.
answer to
Right.
that too, I'm sure.
That's how they're getting their ARPA money back.
Yeah.
Still comes from us.
Right.
Okay. Moving on to broadband, if there's any other questions, just moving on to broadband. I took in the broadband meeting on, it was a Zoom meeting, and it was over in Eau Claire. And the only thing I learned about it is that we have to hire somebody or get somebody to head up that committee, is that got a passion,
A champion.
a champion. That's all I got out of it. And so we're supposed to be having a broadband meeting. At first, I thought it was going to be on Thursday, January 26th. But now I'm hearing that it's going to be at the town association's meeting in Claybanks in February, I believe. So that's all I can tell you about that. But meanwhile, on broadband, we've got some other interesting things going on. We've got Brightspeed right now, who doesn't answer your questions about how to get connected. That's the over CenturyLink.
Mhm.
So that's another internet service provider. Then we have Insight, who sent out a real nice email bragging about how great they did in Washington Island and how they lay under wild fiber cable all over. But Insight doesn't like to talk to too many people. And so the last person I got hold of, we were back on the 17th of this month, last week,
In the news.
there was a great article about bug tussle. And he had a meeting over at Red River Town Hall. And what bug tussle does is that they connect towers via fiber optics. And if you're on the road where they connect the towers to, where the fiber optic goes through, you can get hooked up to fiber. Otherwise, you get your internet from the towers at 25 megabytes download. And right now that's $60 a month. It's underserved, you're being underserved, but at least you're getting faster internet.
But it's not fiber to the premise.
No,
That's not the goal.
no, that's not the goal, but it's providing faster internet service. So that's another area. So again, back to square one, we're looking for a champion to get involved in, and like I was visiting with the town sheriff from Brussels last week on the same subject. And I don't think our township is in a position to borrow 20 million, no, 2 million or 3 million, whatever it is, and pass that on to the taxpayers. That we're not
Wow.
that type of citizens in our townships that we have that definitely a need. Right now, you have people that have a great need, and what do? Get Starlink right now.
Mhm.
Is that working?
Oh, yeah, at the farm,
Seems to be
at the
off and
farm,
on. Yeah,
but it does have its issues,
yes, it does.
so
It's very expensive.
not cheap.
No.
$110 a month
Mhm.
plus, yeah.
Plus
your-
$600 for the whole,
The equipment,
Package, yeah.
$600 for the equipment, $110 a month for the service,
Mhm.
and when it's working, boom, very fast.
T-Mobile seems to be the way to go right now.
That's what I've been hearing.
Yep, we have T-Mobile at home.
But the issue really is, if we're gonna do, for the county's goal, broadband fiber to the premise,
Mhm.
just like they're going to do up in Bailey's Harbor, that they're going after Liberty Grove, that they're going after Nick Harbor, that they are doing on Washington Island. And in order to do that throughout the county, then you really have to have fiber to the premise. And you need to have a committee at the local town level, and that you put something into the newsletter insert to see if we have a citizen within the community who would want to spearhead that, because every one of these communities had a committee, a champion, if you will,
Mhm.
who would go for it.
No, it was a person quite versatile that knew a lot about.
Well, the committee itself they can lean on some of these other things that are being done at the county level.
Yeah.
And they will provide information. But at this point, if you don't have somebody who can dedicate themselves to dealing with the issues relative, we can't as a board make those choices. But we do need somebody who will provide guidance to us, working with all the other municipalities in the county and our county representative. So if she can provide assistance to someone on a committee or a committee. But if our constituents aren't that proactive, we can wait.
I see, I'm a little concerned about that because I hit this thing all the time in my lawn, this big green box that had a phone that came to my house, like every other phone box you see laying in the ditch. They don't maintain them, they don't do nothing about them, and they brought it to everybody's house. And over time, we all went to wireless cell phones. I mean.
In the
I'm-
meantime.
In the
yes,
meantime, right,
Yeah,
and now we're looking at going back to fiber optic, which to me is. Still a relatively old technology, but yet they keep working with it and they're getting it better. So this, the thing to do is put the fiber optic to the house. Yet at the same time, they're still working on technology for wireless communication. And I still see that we put this to everybody's house and eventually it's gonna become up to the wayside. Much like
well.
the original phone box,
And
you
in
know,
most major metropolitans, they do have to replace the water lines.
Right.
They do have to
Right.
replace the sewer lines. Because all of that stuff does get surpassed. We don't use lead pipes
Mhm.
anymore, that type of thing. Yet today, anything you're dealing with wirelessly is also subject to atmospheric interference.
true,
And so the net result is sometimes, depending on how your TV's reception is,
Mhm.
if you're doing over the air,
Mhm.
cloudy day, snowy day, rainy day, oh, let's get a dish. Snow fills the dish, all of a sudden your picture goes away.
Right.
Oh, you've got Starlink. Oh, well, it works most of the time,
Mhm.
but not necessarily all of the time. When I first moved here,
Mhm.
we had party line telephone.
Right.
You know, now I'm on a wireless one. It's a technology that does have a relatively long lifespan,
Mhm.
fiber. And it does provide for high speed bandwidth,
Right.
which is necessary if you're going to conduct business. Telemedicine, talk to your doctor.
Right,
I've
right.
got family members who depend on an internet interview with a neurologist. Okay, well, rather than travel to Milwaukee.
Mhm.
So I think that, yeah, while you're right, Jason, there is gonna be a point at which that too will become obsolete.
Right.
We can't sit on the wayside and just say, well, I'll keep drinking the water out of the lead pipe until.
Till they replace it with stainless or something, yeah, I get what you're saying, I'm just a little concerned about that, because like the other day I had to do a meeting. Wirelessly with my setup and it failed miserably,
Oh, yeah,
and of course it's going to,
but because it doesn't have capacity.
because I don't, yeah, I mean, so that's kind of where I'm at, that's why I'm just a little concerned how this is gonna go, because you look at technology where we're at. You know, we have a rover on Mars buzzing around with somebody, you know, remote control. Here, there ain't no fiber optic cable going to Mars, so. I'm kind of looking at the thought,
The point here is I feel a committee has got to be formed.
Right.
That can understand, that
Right.
can go through this process and give us recommendations. So
Right.
as a town board, we could deal with whatever recommendation they come up.
but do you guys have somebody in mind?
We're going out to the community
Okay,
and asking the question. Yeah.
I'll just leave it.
That's it.
yeah, I didn't know if you guys already had somebody in mind for that.
There are people who have that kind of knowledge,
Yeah,
but will they be willing to step up?
okay,
And are our constituents interested in this proceeding forward?
mhm,
You know, some of us use it a lot,
yeah,
others don't.
And you are, in your situation, you're all right with what you have.
I'm happy with what I have, but I've got one of the few who has really good service.
Yeah, there's 52 people roughly.
Yeah,
have
and that little,
That have what I've got.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Yeah.
So, you know, 52 people out of 1,100, that's not so good.
52 residents, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, 52 residences,
Yeah.
even if you had 400 residents, 52 of them have got good speed, you know? So to me, there's a disconnect. And we have to decide as a community,
mm,
what do we want to do? And if we have somebody who's willing to step up and to pursue that, then we can go forward. and
so we
decide.
have fiber optic here at the town hall.
No, we
No.
do not.
No.
We have
Fiber
DSL.
here's our situation. We have fiber optics to the corner.
Oh,
Now, here's where we do have Larry talked about disconnect. You talk about, I read about Insight, about their success in Liberty Gold and
Mhm.
Washington Island. And so Door County has a fiber optic going zigzag all the way up to Gill Rock and site. And right now, there's no indication that they want to, interested in connecting, going any further with that. So that's a little frustrating, I find. So stay tuned, I guess is the word I'm wrong. Yeah. Okay, moving on to the garbage recycle report for 2022. We have now 466.
Now, is that rescue plan update anything?
I'm sorry, let's skip, I thought we skipped that, yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
Rescue plan, is there anything up on that? We're just waiting to get the town hall. We're gonna use some of that money.
Yes.
For town hall.
Mhm.
Okay.
Should we save some of the money for our reevaluation from taxes?
That too, I wonder. Yeah,
Well,
we could, maybe, yeah, it'd be great if we could.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah,
You know, we had 111,000.
because we can use it for anything now, right?
Right.
Dina?
Oh, yes, I did.
Oh, I printed this.
Oh, you did print that?
I figured this. Oh. What
Yep,
is
I
that?
did print it, but I looked at it today,
What that-
so now I don't have to
the
print it.
garbage
Yeah, the government charge. Yeah, I
charges?
printed it, put it in my
Refuse
taxes.
And recycle.
Yes.
The recycle charges for 2022 payable in 2023 will be $208.22 per
Perfect.
service.
This is a total.
And we have 466
Okay.
right now,
For 466 addresses.
addresses, right?
Got it.
And the reason why we're a little bit more, we budgeted a little bit more than that is that
Print
we got,
with these
for October,
special
we were charged $17.71
Here's another one.
Oh, maybe that's what I printed.
with the surcharge
It's
on
on
it.
there too.
Right.
And so I used that same figure for November and December to come up with a total. So as a result, we you will see at the bottom estimate on the last page will be the total,
Mhm.
what you will be
Charging,
receiving
right.
for 2023.
Now, that information has to go on the tax bill too. The
Yes.
Individual charge.
Yes, and
Yes.
so our total charges that for our garbage for 2022 is $96,610.
$910.
You got $910?
I got
Yeah.
$910.
96,910.
Oh,
Yeah, 910, yep. I
Oh, I thought
that's the
I-
number.
Yeah.
Oops.
Did you, anybody want this? Cause I have to print it out at home anyway.
Yeah.
Also on there, Roy, are on the special charges, is the sewer and water for sanitary district.
That's,
And that was on the report. that I'm gonna print.
Okay, so that's on the report. as
It
well.
will, it's not on this one.
not on this report.
No.
Not-
No, this
Not a
is
different
strictly
one.
for the refuse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Recycling.
So
refuse.
the other one didn't come yet?
Yeah, I got it. I didn't print it out
Oh.
yet.
So
but I do have it.
$96,910.
And I checked it over. It was okay. It was
So you
right.
didn't need that or you don't want it or what? Okay.
It isn't that much. It's like.
No,
I'll give them that.
There's
list.
On the
2
exit.
people on there, so it made like 12.
the Excel spreadsheets that are in my file correspond to this. The Excel spreadsheets are listed by parcel number and also a listing by address
Mhm.
on the Excel spreadsheet. Who
Okay.
would want that information?
Now, I guess the question I have is going forward with this stuff. It's on your shared drive.
No, this Excel spreadsheet is on my home PC.
Oh, and that came from, going garbage?
No,
Well,
this
that's
is,
the one you
That's it.
created.
this is the one that goes back to 2000.
Oh, when we first. did
When we
this.
first started, and I have all of the spreadsheets. When we started with 760 some, going back and tracking it so that we can track back down. And going was charging us 467 and it's only 466. We took one off that, even though we added some, we took one off and in the Hamlet or Maplewood.
But that would be, a town record and you are the keeper of the records.
Yeah.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah,
So,
I would
so,
say-
so everything, right as this moment, everything corresponds with what we're charging to what's on this. So
Right.
when a person is, where you see there's, somebody's getting charged for two of them on this sheet,
Mhm.
their parcel number is listed twice,
Right.
but then on the extremely right-hand side is the address that's being served.
Right. so-
Because we have one location that's a 40-acre parcel, and he's got three addresses on there, and he's listed 3 times in here.
So he gets 3 charges.
3 charges,
One on each bill
that's
Yeah.
correct.
for each parcel.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's an approved parcel.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it has a
Septic.
septic on each
Yeah.
parcel.
Right.
Yes,
Right.
yeah,
And
yeah.
home,
Each,
yeah.
each
Okay.
address has a septic, and there are three addresses on that one parcel.
Mhm. Mhm.
So there's a track record for that. And so I'm confident that it's accurate.
Mhm. Mhm. That's good.
I have one question. I will visit with our sanitarian tomorrow. But I have proven that it is a septic system on there, so it is. Gov and website update, Larry, you're still working on that, but
Yeah, I have something I'd like to share. If I could. Let's see. This is what I want to share. And I'm going to bring it over here. This is our website as it appears at the current time. There is the ability for individuals to subscribe to updates. Now, we had, I talked with us last month about this. I've only put in the town board members and I went and did a subscription. So you get a notice. And what happens here is this is a couple of things that go on. When we post for a budget hearing or a town board meeting or whatever, it shows up as an upcoming event. If I can find my mouse. All right, back over here. If you subscribe to updates, if you go to this link on the website and say subscribe to updates, it opens up this page, a subscription page. And your name, address, email address, are you a resident or not, city, your phone number, you put all of these things in. Then you can also go through and select what you want to receive in the way of notifications. And those notifications then will be automatically sent when agendas are posted, when there are special notices, any one of these types of meetings, whether they be, an election, a board of review, whatever. And so if you wanted, you can click off all of them and then just select one. Well, I just want to know about budget hearings, or I want to know about what I don't want. I don't want to see things about the open book, or I don't want to see things about a towns association. So you can choose what you want to see or hear from. The other thing you can say, well, if there's news or notices, things that are put out there, recent postings, when they show up, I'll get them. Depends on what you want to select. So individuals who would like to go onto the website and be notified of various things on the website would need to go here to subscribe to updates. It's on the homepage. This is what they would fill out. Now, I would highly encourage people to do that, to go ahead and to subscribe to updates, because then that makes it very straightforward. And one of the other things that we're doing with working with the Gov people is when we go into making reservations on our calendars, we have the ability through our electronic or digital services to reserve things. So what you have, here's our regular calendar. This was our Towns Association meeting. This is the board budget hearing, tonight's meeting. Well, if you go up and you open up, let's say next month, December, it would show you December's calendar. And lo and behold, here is a test meeting for December 29th. Now, that was done today through the town, the web provider that we're working with. And I have an email from him. And basically this is his work you see here, Atanas. And he came back so that he tells me that if we create an event in the town dashboard, which is how I maintain this thing, then it'll show up on the event website calendar, and it'll also block it out in the reservation calendar. Whereas in this particular instance, Ruth, you already have put on the calendar reservations, or you put in those town board meetings and said it's not available.
Oh, yeah.
So what I would need them to do is to block it in that Hay Reserve area in our digital services. And that is one of the things I'm working with Atanas now just to finish that portion of it up. But this is functional and does do, what we want. So if we go into reserve venue, now this is on the public site in Hay Reserve, you go down and click on the town hall and you can see what is reserved or what isn't reserved. If we go to December, this one is not there yet because it's it's blocked. Now I'm logged in here as the administrator. So here you can see the entire list of what's been done on the site. Now the 29th still does not show up. But this was put in, Ruth, you had put these in. So for like next month's meeting is already there on the 19th. So residents can come out here, click on a date and say, well, I'm interested in this day, and it'll say it's available, but on the public site, they would have to go there for that purpose. Now, this is the internal site. So I just wanted to share that so that people could see how this is functioning. The other thing, when I go to the homes page, we have information takes us directly for recycling. The notices, this is the election notice, so that's the information that those who wish to run for office can contact Ruth. If you want to read the whole thing, and you click on that, and it goes down here and it explains the offices that are open and when you have to pick up papers, when you can circulate them beginning December 1st. They have to be turned in on the 5th. So these things are all available on the website, along with a little overview and then the various pictures and upcoming dates. You can also come in here and do the subscription for notifications here. If you click this, it's exactly the same as this.
Now, who is going to send this information out to the subscribers? Is it out of a minute? Let's say you post the agenda.
Right.
What happens then?
When I go to post the agenda, I have a number. Let's see, I'll show you. Town of Forestville. This is no, that's not the place I want to go.
You would just add the Zoom information and then it would automatically get sent.
Right. And I would go in
Subscribe.
here through the control panel, which I'm not going to do
Okay,
on here. I'll stop this.
so the minute somebody subscribes, you have to do one more click. You have to do one more thing.
When I add when Ruth sends me the information for a meeting or whatever, an update, a notice, then I put it out onto the website. And as soon as it goes to the website, if somebody has subscribed for when those things are posted, boom, you'll get a message.
Okay, you don't have to do a thing. Okay,
You'll get it, you'll get it. I have one that I've chosen to get it via text as well as via email. So what happens is I got an email from the town website saying that I did this. I also got a text on my phone saying there's a new message out here, and when I hit it on my phone, I can read the text of the posting.
Okay.
So it's very handy and people can work with that. Let's see, if I go to messages, I had this message. No, yeah. Here, Wisconsin Door County Unit Meeting, and here's a link that came onto my telephone, and when I linked onto it, it says that here's the meeting,
Mm-hmm.
okay? This is recent posts, so I can go and read those.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So it's a way by which people can be automatically notified of changes on our website. And there's other features in here, just a way we can put out emergency messages if we wanted to. There's a variety of things. I took the ticker off that was running across the bottom about the new website, but I left all of the information on the website there. So I would encourage people to subscribe to what's on the.
Larry, could you go back to the website?
Sure.
Sure. A couple questions.
All right.
I could send an email to the town
To
agenda
the,
contacts.
To
And
the
tell them
individuals.
to, yes, and tell them
Correct.
to subscribe.
Okay.
When does it switch from forestvillepound.com to .gov?
I don't know if we're going to go that far.
Okay,
All right, I'm gonna go back to this site here. Okay, I'm gonna share that. And then I'm gonna go back to I'm on the control panel. I'm gonna go town. Yeah, how about this? How we go to the website? This what you wanted to write?
Yeah, and let's see, information, there was on the bottom of our inside, we had people we could contact.
Oh, who can you contact? These are the individuals who were elected officials.
It's for services, I got,
Oh, we could change my phone number on there.
Well, give me the information.
I'll let you know.
but you had, we had listed two private companies on our website.
Oh, sure. When we talked about departments, when we talked about garbage and recycling, we had going
Okay,
garbage,
that's the one.
Dave's Tree
Yeah,
Service.
Yeah, those are, should we
scrap metal.
have that on there? That's advertising for somebody else, that was my question. Scrap metal and Dave's Tree Service. How did they contact you, or is that just?
No, that was something that we had decided to do when we first started the website, quite frankly. This is some time back.
Why the scrap?
People ask the question, well, what if I have stuff sitting around? You know, how do I contact somebody if I've got an old car I want to get hauled off of my property? Well, this was Sturgeon Bay scrap metal. What about a tree I have on my property I want trimmed? Well, Dave's Tree Service was the one I was told to put on there.
Okay,
When we first did this. Now, yes, that is advertising for other companies. We have contracted with going garbage. Okay, garbage and recycling. Back, we had the whatever their name was at the time. You know, so we don't have to put those things on
the
there.
reason I'm looking at that is that now that the citizens have to contact a private company for getting snow removal or sanding on there. And I contacted Jaden's, and they don't do sanding.
Okay,
And so I don't know who we could refer, when I could get a call, who can I refer to, somebody to do sanding a lot, that's icy, I don't know who to contact yet, and that would be where we should put stuff like that.
right. If in fact we know, we can put that out there. These are just pieces of information that were originally put on our website so that You know, and I changed this one after we entered into the agreement with Going Garbage.
I think, I'm just, we're not getting paid for this, just a service that we're doing.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, it's strictly a service, giving people a place to go to get some information.
So we could put, you got another tree service that you got,
Well, Krieger's and JB's.
JB.
Yeah, we can put others down there. It didn't,
Yeah,
we're not limited to these. These were originally put up there only by virtue of the fact this was some of the information we had when we first started this website. So there's other things here. Now, what we did here, this was interesting to me because we got this from Door County Government Resources. And this I'm gonna open is what was provided by the county. If you're looking for this, you go here, go here, go here. These are all things that we got from Door County. And it was a document that Ken had provided to us, Ken Pavich. And so to me, it made sense. This is what they've given us. And if, you know, if you're gonna go to land services, planning department, you go there.
I'll say link them, nice.
So they're all there. It'll help people get
Right.
to these places. Now, the other thing that we also have in here is, where was the other thing? This goes to our town hall rental. So if I click on town hall rental, it shows you reservations and what might be available. This particular page also contains the guidelines, the checklist, the agreement, just like we have always had. However, you can go here and access the digital services that will give you the ability to reserve a venue. So I'm looking for the tight integration of stuff in here along with what we're doing with Hey Gut, the digital services. And that still is ongoing process between Town Web and Hey Gut. Even though they're both owned by, you know, Dustin Overbeck, and he's got the oversight of these two companies. I'm wanting more and more integration. We're making progress. It's a challenge, it's time consuming, but we're making good progress, I believe. And then we also have, this will take you right to agendas and minutes or forms and permits. If you open this, bang, what it's going to do is just take you to that digital service page. So, you know, I'm trying to make this as interactive and as comprehensive as I can.
Is there a limit to how many of those you can put up there? When you looked at your forms and permits, I mean, there was.
Now, this is interesting. How about a building permit?
Okay,
So we want to have a building permit. So when we click on a building permit, well, we require it. Inspection specialist is our building inspector. Here's our mechanical code. We do have those all listed under the ordinances tab. So if you went up in here, you could go get all of our ordinances and resolutions right there. You can click on that and you can get a whole list of them. Or you can just see the mechanical code and, oh, it's all, by the way, you also have to deal with the planning department and soil and water department. Oh, you do. Okay, so I click on that and what does it do? It takes me right directly to Door County and then you can go to soil and water.
nice.
So these things are all available. They're all out there. And what we're trying to do with this is we're trying to make it so that it's interactive and it's interconnected. So there's a lot of bits and pieces of it.
Oh, yeah.
This takes, it's an interesting.
Meanwhile, the county updated their website about 2 years ago, big time,
Right.
so.
Well, we're on a par with what they're doing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, garbage and recycling, it goes right back to this page. So, you know, it seems to be doing well, but I'm encouraging people to subscribe to the updates. And if the town board members would do their own subscription, I may already have it, I don't know.
I just did mine.
Okay.
Did you?
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that because it'll make it pretty straightforward now in the case of the tonight's meeting and the notice. Ruth sent it to me to add the Zoom link, and I apologize to Lauren at the beginning. He was unable to get in last
Last month, yeah.
We resolved that, and so when Ruth sent it to me, she said, please send it to others. I said, well, I don't have them on the list, and I didn't have access to the services where I was and what I was doing, and it didn't get sent out. I talked to her today, and she said, oh, well, I'll send out a reminder. So the reminder went out, which is fine, but if everybody would have been subscribed, they would have automatically gotten it when I posted it in the website. And then that would have eliminated, again, another job.
Right.
Makes it easier on the clerk, basically, or on me if I'm doing that portion of it. So that's my update.
Very good. Glad to hear it.
Nah, it's a lot, but it's good. I think
Yeah, very good.
I think it's gonna serve us well as a municipality.
Okay, roads and road review. Well, okay, we'll move on to that. And since we've been together, we did a road review, right?
Yes, we have.
And Jason filled some potholes.
I did.
Yes, you did.
That's some nice stuff. I like it.
What do you think of it?
I like it. I used it before on a pothole and then I use it on the patch those last ones and it just.
This spring, I bought a bag of
like concrete.
mix as on sale and I never got around to it. And then we were gonna do that on our road review. Guess what it was doing? It was raining like everything. So we couldn't do it.
Well, it was just a great day. I was out there doing it. I'm standing there putting the stuff in, stamping it in. People are pulling up and talking to me. Got my yellow vest on, so they know I'm working.
You didn't have three people?
No, that's. I work a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
Can't afford that extra overhead.
So we updated no, that's just for you. That's just for you, Mary. So we updated the Whistler and.
Oh, wait a minute, this is the Whistler update by Bailey.
No, this is by Roy and Joy.
I thought this is a print of the Whistler.
This is the print of the Whistler. Yeah.
Okay, but this is where we're going to be having Bailey.
Yeah, now, if you notice the second column. The second column says the rating.
Mhm.
And then
And then the year.
And the year. And so we
Oh, that's nice.
last time I gave you this, it was a Excel spreadsheet about
I
E1.
remember
Yeah,
that,
right.
yep.
Now it's all brand new on this particular sheet right here. So this is updated from this report that you and I did.
Yeah, we kept writing, Jason drives, we write,
Yeah.
and then Joyce puts in.
Oh, well.
Well, Roy and Joyce, it worked real good if you had one person on a typewriter and another person saying with the radio. Because when you do this, you do one page at a time and you have to hit save. If you don't hit save. you
Start over.
you get all- So,
Evidently you did that once, right?
yes.
Oh, yes, that's extremely.
I like-
baking.
I like to do this in even it's required
Every year.
odd number of years, but I like to do it every year. That's way you would have a little record of it.
Does that do like in December?
Well,
December
the
8th or
the complete report is due December 15th.
15th?
But try to get the preliminary report, the one that I sent in by October 15th.
Okay,
And that's the one, the roads that we did, the roads that we fixed.
okay.
Because already West Center Road was already, I sent that in about the 14th of October, that, let's just say 8.5, 11 sheets, say what you do. And that was already updated on this when I went got in here. So, and that gives you your verifying you have to verify your roads every year.
Verify the amount of money you.
Yeah,
Right.
45.599.
So Bay Lake is gonna do then this report.
That's what sometime in summer or spring of 2023. Somebody should be riding, one person should ride with the individual from Bay Lake and reevaluate all the roads,
Okay.
like go up or down.
Okay.
It might be,
And I would think that would be we'll be making a transition to Bailey for those road reviews.
Yeah.
Right.
And I would think that, depending on who all's on the board, at least one or two of us who've had experience doing that should be with them.
Yeah, yeah.
So that we all.
But
are on
yous
the same
won't, so
page.
yous won't do the road reviews anymore.
You still have
After
to,
this year.
Yeah.
you still have to,
Yeah,
you still
they do,
have to
but they do
that
the
because
reporting.
You gotta,
They'll do the reporting.
you still have to do, you still have to decide what roads you're gonna do.
We have something opening up.
Oh, where is that?
That's on Carnet Road, north of
What kind of-
Center Road,
There is an.
north of Center, Carnet Road, north of Center, just on that hill,
Okay,
and the crest of that big hill,
There's a feature on our website
right?
to report an issue
Hmm.
and you can attach a photo.
I'll do that. You brought that up and
I know Roy doesn't necessarily like to see that.
Because that's more than a bag of patch right there.
A bag of patch?
There's more than a bag of patch.
Oh, yeah, it's more than a bag of patch, I agree. But this is the tool, again, using the website, we can have people report those sorts of things. And then we have actionable items that we can pass on to. the
I'll point out
county.
this is in front of Pagel's Field over there.
Ah.
is the North Carnet?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Uh,
Pagel's Field.
also, we got a bill from the county this month for $204,802.30.
Ooh.
That was for the West Center Road,
West Center, yeah.
and it also included our turnaround on West Center, which is
Oh, at
on
the end there.
the east side of County Road O.
Mhm.
And also for spot repair, crack filling, and mowing and sealing, that's what that bill is for. Now that I'm going to take the check to the treasurer tomorrow for this amount. And then we'll take a copy of the check to our highway commissioner, and our highway commissioner is going to make the request for reimbursement for $18,000 for the local road improvement program.
Good.
That's
So
happening.
that could all happen yet this year.
Oh, yes, the 18,000 comes back this
Yeah,
year.
okay.
I have a question, and then we have got another bill on the 19th for $2,998.67. It's for a culvert that we sold to a citizen, but then there's two other charges that I don't know what this is about. I'm gonna visit tomorrow on that.
But what's on the last page of that thing?
Just a summary.
Oh, okay.
That's just. this is summary.
Yeah, I don't know what that $300 and some would be.
I don't either.
Center Road,
We paid that
Yeah.
yeah,
culvert installation on the last bill.
yep.
And I lost, my laptop went down. And I had to do a research on Thursday. It was all of a sudden on Monday, it didn't work anymore. So it went back to Thursday when we knew it was working and didn't start. For some odd reason, I lost all of my deleted emails for the month of October. And I wanted to go back and catch our
Oh.
October highway bill.
Yeah,
Do you still have that yet? Could you just resend that to me?
sure.
Isn't that what Hillary Clinton said when?
The highway bill, the one we paid, where with that was
I would have, it, you know.
That was
paper
October,
copy.
well, it would be in the bills here. It was the. Where is it?
because we paid $300 some odd dollars for installation, and that was exactly what you just paid today, what you just
Yeah.
charged them.
The county treasurer right here.
Ooh.
It's $4,210, right? Does that sound right?
That's about right, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I can look back.
Okay. Another subject on the highway. Let's see. Okay, brush cutting. Brush cutting, it was asked by our superintendent of the highway department that they're open to do brush cutting. If you know of any road, this is not, I want to say brush cutting, I don't mean going in with a machine. I mean where you have to physically go and cut the dang little trees off. And the road I'm thinking about is right here on Mill Road at the junction of H. That whole patch has been really terrible for a long time. If you know of any other place where we should have physically manual brush cutting, let me know, and that, because they're open, because they want to keep their people working on that.
So not using the machine, they're just.
We can still use the machines, but you
Okay.
can't, the machine can only do so much. You
Okay.
can't, where you got trees this big, you gotta get in there and cut those off by hand.
Right. And is that- This is
the
the,
October, September.
So let me know on that.
Mhm.
this is the,
We'll have the printout of
this
this.
is the September bill. That's got the big, that's the 204,000. So it'd be before that, right?
This is for roof and,
Gotta be before that.
roof and that is for you. I was on a meeting, a Zoom meeting again, a Zoom meeting.
What are you?
Where, lucky me, huh? Where the state is going to be replacing the culverts as shown on Highway 42, north of the village of Forestville and south of the village of Forestville in 2026.
That's the,
Oh, okay.
yeah, that's the. Yeah, there was a meeting, a Zoom meeting. right?
Yeah,
I didn't-
Yeah, that was a Zoom meeting. And their proposal is that the detour would be for the south culvert would be to take X, go west, go north on D, and then back east on J, and then back up to 42. And when you do the north culvert, you go east on J, north on O, and back over to H and then back to 42. The culvert operations takes about 3 weeks.
Hmm,
And then they also were proposing, well, if we can do both of them at the same time, then we would only we could get both of them done in about probably 3 to 4 weeks. But so we would have to detour, go west on X, north on J, north on D, east on J, over to O, and then north on O to H and back again.
It's a time frame on that.
2026. 2026.
2026, do you about, well, that's a few years away.
Well,
Well, 3, not even,
okay,
not 3.
you see that area in yellow?
Yeah,
Okay,
now what was that?
because I'm thinking of manure haulers rolling through that direction and which way they're gonna go.
area in yellow is County Line Road and the Old Krieger Road.
Mhm.
Old Krieger Road, we have it's a B.
It's, Old Creek Road is garbage and so is our town line road.
Right.
They're both garbage.
In 2019, I wrote a request for a trip S, that was supplemental,
Correct.
for upgrading those to make them so that
They could take the traffic.
we could take the traffic out of downtown Maplewood, the Forestville rather,
Mhm.
and route it, and we had making the blacktop up to 4 inches thick in that area. It got turned down. In 2021, I made a request on again, this here was on S again, and upgrading Old Krieger Road only. And even though it was a #1 rating for our township, for our county and in our township, didn't get any traction. So I'm looking at this right now, you know, it's pretty pathetic that when our manure haulers go through the village of Forestville, they got their spout on the right-hand side. The cars are close to there, and guess what happens? The dribbling sprays the cars
Oh,
as
yeah,
they
for sure.
going through. And, you know, it's a miserable. My thinking is in 2023 is when this would have to happen,
Right.
that a request be made by whoever's gonna write this up, to request to get 4.5 inches of blacktop on County Line Road
Mhm.
and Old Krieger Road. And then get a nice firm letter from the president of the village of Forestville. And also a letter from Paul Brower, who is the Northeast, he has Kiwanee and Door County as far as improvements for state roads. If they would be interested in using that as a detour,
Mhm.
and you have a right straight detour, you could use it, get the both bridges done in the 3 to 4 week period of time. And if we would have to make that road wider, 22 feet,
Mhm.
with 2-foot shoulders, or what requirements would be necessary for the state to use it, and get a letter of recommendation from him, and again, this would be a 90-10 proposal,
Mhm.
down to as much as 70-30. I'm estimating to be, this project at 4.5 inches thick would cost between $500,000 and $600,000. Thad thinks for less than $600,000, because we'd have to do ditching on it on County Line Road, and we have to do ditching on Old Krieger Road. And there's enough service to widen the road, so it'd be okay.
Mhm.
But we would help both the village and we'd help the state,
Right.
and we'd have a darn good road for,
Or an alternative for the manure haulers.
yeah.
And the public safety of the village too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's, because we can't allow manure haulers on Old Krieger Road like it's right now,
No.
because they're raising hell with it. And, now the thing about it is, manure haulers are coming down Cedar Drive,
Mhm.
going north and making a left-hand turn, and they're dumping manure on Finnendale property. And as you notice that, we got a lot of skidding around there going on. We that left-hand lane, what the heck,
Mhm.
not the north, the lane,
Well-
on the north side.
County Line Road, it's a county road.
No. That's ours.
Oh, County Line is ours.
That old short yellow section, that's
Oh.
ours,
Yeah, that section is ours.
yeah.
Yep.
So,
They have it here as County Line Road, but it's actually Town Line Road.
Yeah.
Town Line Road, yeah,
Right.
so that's,
but it's named County Line Road.
Oh.
It separates Kewaunee County from Door.
so it's, that's something to think about. The reason I'm bringing it up now is to think about how,
Mhm.
if this is feasible, because sometime in the month of August, is when they're gonna be requested to put something in, and as we found out at our meeting last Thursday, might be changes made in how
Mhm.
our local town association, not our local one, a town association handles this.
The Towns Association, they were talking, they mentioned that the Thursday night, that they're gonna do something different.
Yeah, they're right.
doing that.
It becomes regional, we have a region here with, John and
Mhm.
Lee are our directors.
Right.
We're talking about that, making all regional rather than just county as far as so.
Hmm.
Something to think about in the future
Mhm.
and, possibility. And that's all I have on roads. Does anybody else? Thank you, Jason, for doing your crack filling and your.
Cruising for crack.
Using for
Did
crack.
we talk about brush cutting?
Yes, we did. Just let me know who, where we can go. We have sometime, and you'd really like to do that in January. Or payment of bills is next.
It starts on second page. And it would be 1021. Century, or, well, it was WPS streetlights.
Starts there.
Yep.
So then it flows over there. So that was the last maintenance bill we got in November.
I believe so.
He was up there the day we buried, did that last Thursday. I talked to him.
We did receive some more delinquent garbage collection for 2021. I can't remember the exact amount because it's not put there, but
It's
I
not
believe
split,
there
yeah.
was three, I believe there was 3 people that paid. That we got a check from the county from last year's.
Just recently, because I got
Yes, it
Yeah, it's
came Saturday,
posed. I was gonna be.
a week ago Saturday, sorry, not this Saturday, but
So we could go.
yeah, because I put it in last Tuesday.
Yeah, I didn't, you would have the split on the.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Is it these people?
I doubt it.
These three.
Those are the ones that, that's the last report that we're
I
delinquent.
think one of them was Gorik, you said,
Yeah,
from the
what,
female that.
yeah, because he paid 108.50. I remember that one sticking out. He paid that one. These were from beforehand.
Well, that's the last, those three are the last ones that,
Yeah, you got the November 18th. Oh,
these are the last three that, the last report I got are those three right there, that everybody else has been cleared.
Oh, okay, so then that, where's my report?
I have 3 people that didn't pay yet on my.
Well, that would be.
No, by what the check I just got, I still have 3 people that hadn't paid.
Well, that's the latest.
I
That's,
should have thrown them on.
that's just the cover page of the email that I sent.
Okay, I would have it. Here. So Dave Gorik probably paid.
There's another, you got another letter later than that.
This
then.
one.
This
This one
paid.
And this one, so. Be about $700.
I'm pretty sure, yes.
Those are the only three, that's the report I got from the treasurer, are those.
This one said he
three
paid.
individuals right there.
This Larry, he has that on there.
That's not paid. These are the ones that are not paid.
Oh, as of that, these are not paid.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that could be right. Yeah, I had 3 left that did
Yeah.
not pay. Okay, okay.
That's-
Sorry, I misunderstood what
I'm
you were
just
saying.
asking if
Okay.
those are the three.
They probably are the 3.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay,
But then this is over $800. How much was the check?
It was 7 something. Well, how much was the? No, probably not, because the room tax was like 200 and some dollars,
Yeah,
right?
there's probably one that did pay on here.
Yeah,
I'm
there's one of
thinking
them
this
that
one.
did pay. I don't know if this wolf paid.
Yeah.
okay, and then we agree.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
This is what I got from Ryan Schley
Okay.
on that email.
Okay,
So. Do you want this? Cause I have a.
I have a piece, I have it,
Oh, you do?
that
Okay.
thing you gave me. I will look at it and I'll let you know
Okay.
what is it I have.
Because after 3 years.
And then we got the check from Larry, for the perpetual care.
Mhm.
That came through. For 150. And then we paid our dog tax. We paid our dog tax to the county, and the town retained $322.50.
did I cover our software program?
Yeah, we don't have one
You don't
anymore.
have any more.
No, okay,
You do an Excel, I do an Excel.
you gotta do an Excel, okay. So that's been discontinued, that we were paying a fee every year for
Yeah.
that,
Yep, we didn't pay it last year either.
because they don't.
Oh, this year is the first year, right?
Mhm.
This year's the first year we
This
did.
year, yeah.
Are they gonna come up with
Doesn't sound like it. So we made I used my lady at work that's got Excel brain.
Okay, okay.
We got it figured out.
That's the way to do it. Yeah.
Any further questions on the bills?
I make a motion with the bills. And that also includes cemetery bills from the cleanup, I believe.
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
I second that.
Motion made to pay the bills for the month. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Opposed, motion carried. Any announcements to be made at this time? I guess you got a letter going into all our.
Tax letter.
It's in already.
It's
Yep.
in?
It's in, he sent it in on the 16th and I always send a read thing, so he reads it. He sent that to me on the 20th, so I'm hoping he'll get it there this week.
Okay. And tax bills will go out somewhere in the month of December.
I'm hoping before.
Yeah, I'm hoping before, as a matter of fact, when I get home tonight, I can send my
Oh, did
levy
you do
in.
a check for stamps? I never
No.
did. Get back to you.
I'll put on the charge card.
Oh, okay,
Mhm.
all right.
Our next meeting will be Monday, December 19th. Is there anything that we should be putting on that?
Well, maybe we should have a line item on there to discuss. What we're gonna do with the fire department, if we make a. You know,
Okay.
how are we going to address that? That probably should be an item of discussion
Mhm.
under the fire department report maybe or something along those lines, but we'll have that in.
Okay.
Okay,
And if you have a meeting prior to that, then just let me know, because if there's two people, then I'll have to post.
Mhm.
Yeah.
and,
Oh, how did the town meeting go on Thursday? Sorry, I didn't even get out of the office. till
we had
8
a
that night.
good crowd. We had a very good crowd at our town, York County Unit Town Association meeting.
Discussion.
We had, 9,
Mhm.
Did you fall asleep?
units, 9 townships represented. Even though Nassau was had their town board meeting, but Lee and John were both there. Lee came in late, talked about the convention. One of the things that they talked about at the convention was that towns should start investing their money at higher interest rates, and Brussels quickly did that, and they got 3.7%.
Really?
Money
They
you
can
don't,
do that?
yes,
It's legal?
yes, definitely. Yeah.
But, we have our money in LGIP.
Yeah, and we did good.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, I mean,
So
last
I
month we
wasn't
paid
too
$700.
Yeah, we're making money on that, having that
Well,
invested.
But I mean, for that kind of investment, but I'm just saying, like, it's not like you can go and start buying stocks and.
Oh, no,
That's not kind of.
This is just that money that you get from the state,
Okay.
from the federal government, but you don't use it until later on.
Mhm.
And you have the right as a municipality or a school district
Mhm.
to do that. And of course, and if you're a large municipality, you have to get what they call kind of funds you have to have.
I mean, because remember in the fire department, we had that money market.
Whoa, sorry, Larry. Sorry, didn't mean to knock you all out of the way here. Is this what you were talking about when I wasn't paying attention?
So there, yeah, so you can, let's say you got 100,000,
Mhm.
go and put it on a short term
Right.
You know,
deal. Now, right now,
she sent it out.
your short
Oh,
term
no, I didn't see it.
CDs.
What is
You
this?
can pay 4.4% if you get the right bank.
She sent to her?
And a decent amount of money.
You
Yeah,
sent me
yeah.
an email at 4:30 today?
No.
No, this came from townofficial.gov.us.
That's not
Gmail.
rude.
Because I'm looking,
No, this is
Spam.
bogus
Mhm.
spam.
which one's that?
Oh,
Okay.
boy.
Does it say Argo
That's
Cycles?
okay.
That's me.
You will have gotten that, when you see that, you know what that is, because you see this.
Yep,
That's
Hmm,
isn't that
it
something?
came to wisconsin.gov even.
wow,
No,
no.
To
it
me.
came from town official.
Yeah, but it
did
came to me.
Came to your .gov address. It
Oh.
came from townofficial.gov.us@gmail.com.
At gmail.com, there's those.
Yeah.
are the-
Expenses, sure.
And it says,
This is-
Oh, I did see that on my phone too, yeah. I
Yeah,
did get
We need
that.
okay,
to
you-
process
And I
it.
thought
Payment
that's
to
a
our
scam,
district.
really.
yeah, it
So
is.
that's what I used to get from Roy saying, are you in the office today?
Now,
I need
so what I,
some payment.
what I was doing here, because I'd seen that. I went through, Roy, and I was looking at all the emails that have gone through our service
Hmm.
since yesterday. We've had 44 emails that have gone through to any one of us, or multiples of us. Treasurer got an email here, our LGI account shows so much, and she's explaining it to Dina, or no, she's explaining it to Ruth. She sends her an email, well, I see it. Because I review this to make sure what's going on here is right. If you had an email that you wanted to find, that you deleted, I can go back in the archive and retrieve it, if you know when it was.
Mhm.
So
Hmm,
I just wanted to mention that to you, because that's a capability we have with our email service.
Okay.
So.
You should work for the FBI. They couldn't do that for Hillary Clinton.
Oh.
Anyway, I'll log out of my account.
Okay.
Just making sure.
Well, keep up to, said, so in other words, we'll talk about, next month, we'll discuss, right, whatever, next month, we'll also discuss update to the website. Okay, very good. Okay. If there's
It's
no,
looking good, Larry. I like it.
if there's no,
It's looking good.
if there's no further business to be conducted at this time, we'll call.
Or, you know, like, you're looking for
Adjournment.
Adjourn?
Right.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that motion.
Motion made to adjourn. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. We are adjourned.